September 2019, I sat in this, I think, very chair. So this visit is to find and rebuild a Landcruiser that I can use for the channel's future productions in Africa. I had decided at the time to build a Landcruiser that I could leave in Africa and return to Africa at least once a year to enjoy its splendours. Well, that expedition proved to be hugely fruitful, followed by being hugely disappointing. The vehicle we bought and built, you can go and have a look at the videos, they're on YouTube right now. I have condensed them all, there were 20 plus episodes I think, into one 3-hour plus long video. This is going to be fun. A few little electrical niggles that I need to sort out still. Try this. Okay. So you can recap that triumph, and I say triumph, it was a triumph because the vehicle had been so badly abused by its previous owner that, well, it was very expensive, very time consuming, and a labour of love for the team involved. But we built a beautiful 105 Landcruiser, and then came COVID, which ruined everything. Not having the resources to leave an asset like that sitting in a shed in Africa, it was sold. The money put towards other projects in Australia, and now of course I'm back. Not to build another vehicle, but actually I've come back to do what the original purpose of the other vehicle was, because in 2023 we built a Landcruiser, and I am now at Johannesburg International Airport. I'm flying down to Cape Town from here. I've flown in from Perth here to here, and I will be collecting the Landcruiser. This time it is the troop carrier. If you're following the show, it has 500,000 kilometers on it, and I will be collecting it because the build is completed, and I will be taking it on an epic journey through the majestic wilds of southern Africa. It's 2024. That means 40 years that I've been exploring the world's most remote places in four-wheel drives, in association with the Overland Workshop. 1 year later, and of course we are on the way to collect a Colin Edda.
Yeah. Well, we kind of fixed a few of Colin's.
Yes. So
patched him up a bit.
So let me catch you up quickly. Paul Marsh is in Cape Town. He's a specialist four-wheel drive expedition vehicle builder and trainer, and of course he has been running the operation to turn Colander, our 500,000 kilometer Landcruiser, into a Paka overland tourer, which I'm about to take up into Africa, and I'm going to be collecting it.
Good to have you back.
Always good to be back. My favourite city in South Africa. And during the weekend, half the trees blew over in the place I was staying. Complete chaos over the weekend. In fact, I took off in Johannesburg in a hell of a storm and landed in Cape Town in a hell of a storm, which only got worse.
So we're gonna see what we can show you now about your truck.
Okay.
What are you expecting?
I'm expecting my blue Landcruiser to be almost finished, if not finished.
Yeah, well, you know, it is finished. We discussed what you wanted. I think we made all the right choices.
I think you did. I certainly trust you to make only a few stupid choices.
Well, and just a few surprises for you, you know.
Yeah.
I can't make it too perfect. I think it's I think we've got it spot on.
Okay.
You gave me the brief. I think we've got it sorted. So looking forward to showing you exactly what you need for Africa.
Yeah. So from what I saw when I left, a lot of work has been done by a lot of people and a lot of teams. So in a future video I will actually go through what has been created, and I will show you the vehicle in detail. But right now the excitement is all I have seen are photographs for the past 12 months.
if we had to send you any video clips, it would be so unfair. The surprise, the element of surprise. You know how I like to surprise you every now and then. Well, this is no different. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
So I have to say that the teams involved, as you know, I project manage the builds, and I use a number of very good teams, are amazing. They've worked long, hard hours to build your vehicle, real commitment. And it's been a real privilege, I think, for all of them to be involved, especially for me to build you a truck. And I'm very confident that you're going to enjoy your vehicle. And part of the experience is for you to take on board how we've done it in South Africa. A little bit different for a few different reasons, but I think you'll enjoy it in Africa. Yeah. So. And of course, we'll get your feedback.
Oh, you'll get my feedback, all right. That's what I do best.
Any cool comments I made it?
I should say here, Paul and I, well, we're both very experienced overlanders. We see on the principles, we don't differ at all. On the specifics, the detail, we do, and I think that's really good, because that means we both learn stuff and we have slightly different approaches to stuff. And I have not dictated too much detail of this build. A bit, but not that much.
I think you gave us a few requirements that you wanted.
I did.
I think that's important. When the initial assessment is to understand from a client what's important, what do you need, how you're going to use the vehicle, what do you want with it. And you're now going to take a vehicle and you're going to personalize it, and that takes time. And actually, I always say it takes a few test trips to snag the vehicle, sort out any little niggles, make a few improvements, and also you're going to have to pack the car. You've got stuff to put in the car: spares, repairs, recovery, tools, first aid, before you head off on this trip up through into Malawi, so maybe further.
Yeah, Malawi. This time,
so
Malawi.
It's a long drive, and you've got to be organized and planned, and it's nothing to be fearful of. But I think the important part is it does take time. And all my clients, when they come in and they get their vehicle, it's about a process of understanding what equipment needs to go in, how they're going to test the vehicle, what training they need on the vehicle for the systems that are built in. And some of them don't have experience. They don't have your experience or my experience. So for them, it's about learning as much as they can before they head off. And then all the teams I work with give huge support, including myself. I always say the first phone call is to me, and then we'll let you know.
Here we are. Gasp. Look at it.
Hey, Andrew. How are you? Nice seeing you. Welcome
Very
back.
nice seeing you.
Yeah. There's your truck, huh? Quite the transformation.
Oh, that looks very. Oh, that bull bar looks good, doesn't it?
No, it's something, huh?
Oh, I like that. That is. A little more than a year ago, I left the Landcruiser in Paul's hands, and it looked like this. Since then, it's changed colour.
Wow.
I like the colour too, and has been converted into an overlander. And I'm here in Cape Town to do those final bits. It's absolutely gorgeous.
No, it's a classic, huh?
It's a classic.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Man, that's nice.
So Andrew, the long-awaited surprise of showing you what we've done on the inside of the car. Now I know we had a lot of detailed chats with the guys behind to explain what we're going to do, how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be surprised. You did tell me you want to really have it simple and light.
Yes, I did say that. Yes, I did say that. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little impatient. I want to see the thing. Come on now.
You want to see it? Okay, all right, let's show you. Okay, wonderful wheel carrier.
Yep.
Okay, and you've got a utility box here.
Yep. Fantastic.
Yeah, look, that's good. Guys have worked hard on this.
Right. Fantastic.
There we go. So you gave me a request. You said you wanted it really lightweight, very simple, and we decided to give you an office you could sit. You can get shit done. You've got a little table to work from. You can pack your stuff in boxes. You've got your fridge here, bit of a table here. You know, I don't think you need more than that, do you?
Why am I not surprised?
You did say you're leaving when? On Friday?
Yes, I'm leaving on yes.
You're leaving on Friday. Today.
Is that it down there, actually? That's it down there, isn't it?
Yeah. Your whole system is
Yes.
designed that it can actually be bolted in and out. So I actually need Skulk to come and tell you about how he builds and what he's done here. Because the system, the critical design, when we sat down here and we worked on the designs for this project and the other Troopies we built, you need to be able to put everything in and take it out in case you need to access a water tank, have any problems, and that's what you can do. Okay, so we put the floor down, which is a wooden floor with a foam underneath. All the holes were sealed up when they painted everything. And then from there, the riv nuts are fitted into the floor so the modules can bolt to the floor. So it means that you can get everything in and out. Everything's plug and play. The whole wiring loom that Skulk built is actually fitted to the car already. The electrical box is made up, is sitting on a trolley behind us, and that plugs in.
So you're saying that all the wiring's done,
All the wiring's done.
and there's a plug. So you put that in, you plug it in, and ta-da.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. We put the electrical box in, it's plugged in. Now, there's a big plus for that, because if you ever have any issues with anything, you imagine you've got a problem in the car, you spill something in the car, you have an accident on the side. To unkit or de-kit a car is it's massive to try and do that.
Yeah.
What we've done now is been able to say, bolt it all out, put it on tables, fix it, put it back in. So the water system comes out, the electrical box comes out, and as you see, the modules are sitting behind you on the floor. There's nothing wrong with putting boxes in that are tied down. Very simple. Throw a mattress in here and use the space to live out of. It works. You can take a basic vehicle and you can do anything you want with it, and you can keep it very light, very simple. And some of us, when we started out, we couldn't afford nice setups like this. So it was boxes, and we still drove the same road, and we still had the same fun. So what I'm saying is that you can take a vehicle like this and you can make a very simple setup. Our philosophy when we spoke about this between Skulk and I was we wanted to build the system that it's lightweight, very practical, designed so it's modular. Hey? And I think we've got the water tanks built into the sides, so you don't see your water tanks in here, so you don't lose any space. And the water tank underneath, so you've got over 100 liters of water, which is, we think, a perfect amount of water for a truck like this.
Yeah, just behind the driver or the passenger seat we've got a fridge with a fridge stand with a bit of storage underneath it, and then behind it we call it the workstation, kitchen station, left hand storage unit. It has the travel body or the oven incorporated with a bit of workspace, and on your right hand side we've got the water storage unit. So this incorporates all the water geyser, the water pump. Obviously we've got the nice water Egon hub system in there that really works well. We've plumbed that in now. I'm very happy how that came together. And then obviously a sleeping area that goes over the aisle. And then in the middle you're going to have your electrical box that then connects up to the two systems on either side.
And I saw the water hub, I saw the controller for the water hub. That was the clue. That's the 6-litre electric water heater.
So we did play around a bit with the piping setup that was in the water hub. But other than changing a little 2 or 3 pipes, we didn't really change anything on the hub. So it really incorporated quite well with our water system and our water tanks. So yeah, very pleased how that came out.
We're actually building that now as a kit, because a lot of people would take their standard product and say, oh, we need to just tweak. Actually, if we didn't have the case, we could do this. And a lot of people are doing it. So we're actually now producing it as a kit with all the components, with all of the instructions that you just assemble yourself, and you can make those adaptations even easier and save money because you're not buying a case.
And of course, if you wanted to put a purifier in, this is where we could bolt a purifier in here. We've talked about different purification options, and I think the one option was coming from H2O guzzle.
and didn't get in time. Didn't get here in time.
I know. So
Yes.
that's something down the road that could be looked at fitting.
I will do that.
Yeah.
I will definitely do that.
You opted not to have the servo unit because quite normally we fit a servo unit in. So this is very practical. You've got your water gauges. You've got your little Victron gauge that you can use. You know it's
That's
also
a battery
Bluetooth.
monitor.
Battery monitor,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And it's on your phone as well.
Yes.
But what I liked about the design Sculpt did was the switches now give you options here to set up. We've got perimeter lighting on the side and outside of the vehicle. Now the electrical box is really designed around trying to keep things, the wiring runs really short and everything in one place, that it can be built up on the bench, because most times when you're trying to wire a vehicle in a vehicle, it's painful and it's difficult, and when you've got to do any repairs, it becomes a problem. While we standardize wiring like this, it means that actually there's a wiring diagram, we have full knowledge of how it works, and if there's a problem en route, Sculpt can actually help out. Because we know the wiring diagram, it's repeated again and again, and the value of doing setup like this is that this is maybe the 10th one I think we built, but the reality is we test, retest. The one vehicle has done 70,000 kilometers, one of the first ones we built.
Yeah.
70,000 kilometers around Africa over 2 years, one of the first ones. It came back, it got pulled apart to check and see how it worked, and it was phenomenal. I don't think they had any issues with anything that we built inside, which is a huge plus to testimony to how products can be made.
This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. That's my awning. In projects like this, the commonly used phrase is 90% done, 90% to go. The last little bits and pieces to make it perfect take quite a bit of effort and time.
It's 90% done.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
There's always the little few things. But once this all
I
goes...
would say it's 99%. There's been quite a bit of work done.
No, this it is.
All right, 99% done, 99% to go. That's okay.
Thanks.
This is going to be your coffee station, yeah?
I brought some stuff. I bought a jet boil.
So you can swap out what you haven't got. But
Okay.
you got the fermenter. Nice.
I bought the wrong size gas bottles. I bought the tall ones instead of that size.
It's all right. Well, take the tall ones and. So you've got a very nice console here made up with some nice little storage bits. You've got your dash mount. This you supplied us. Very nice bit of
That's right.
kit. I really like
right.
that.
Yeah.
So we look under the bonnet.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh,
What you
okay.
haven't seen, which
No,
we're still
I haven't
finishing
seen.
off, is we've got a really nice compressor. It's a Nardi compressor.
Yeah.
It's a dual piston compressor.
Yes.
I don't have the exact figures in my head of what
Yeah.
it puts out, but it's a very nice, powerful compressor. So it's very nice. I think the big thing for me is people don't air their tires up and down often enough. The reason is they're lazy. We all are. You know, you get onto a dirt road, am I really going to drop my pressures? And then I've got to stop and I've got to air them up again, and it takes time. So a system like this does give you that little bit of time saving if you really need it. Or you just accept the fact that you're happy to pump up your tires and have a coffee. So, you know, it's all about safety. And I think taking a vehicle and getting a vehicle once off where you haven't got the experience, you need to take that responsibility to learn about your vehicle, how to drive it, how to look after the gear, how to use the gear, what tire pressures. It's all important, but it takes time. So when we do a handover of vehicles like this, it's a process. It takes about a week because you've got to go and buy a kit. So you're going to go and buy. You've got to put your time into sorting out your vehicle, where you're going to pack stuff, how you're going to access it. So we generally say to our clients, take a small trip for a few days, use your vehicle, get familiar with it, pack it, snag it, come back. There'll always be little snags and little improvements. Once you've used a truck, then you come back and you're going to have little improvements you want, or things you like, or things you don't like. That's okay. Everyone's different. But the basis of what we built here, I believe, is a very good solution for a lot of reasons and how we use the space. And we've kept certain things out of the vehicle. We don't fit basins in the car because we believe most of the time you don't need to spend much time in the car. it's nice to have with really bad weather. But for most of it, they've got the safety and convenience of living in your car, and for you can sit and edit in peace. And so yeah, I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with this truck. Love the color, by the way. Happen to have the same color on my car.
I know.
You know that.
No. I actually want to do a video on your car. Okay, we'll go through this later. That's fantastic. It's a toss-up. Is this the most beautiful troop carrier I've ever built? My sunglasses rattling on that. Alrighty. 1 year it's been. 1 year it's been. Fantastic work the guys have put in. So my job is now to alright, compose yourself. My challenge now is I'm going to drive back to where I've been staying in Somerset West near my old home. And then for the next 3 days it's quite intense work. Small things. The vehicle is finished.
At the roundabout, take the first exit onto Blouberg Road.
Thank you. But it's not ready for a trip. So I went shopping. I got a whole lot of good stuff, camping stuff. I need to find the places for all the different bits and pieces in the vehicle. And am I going the right way? Yes, I am going the right way.
In 4.7 kilometres, turn right onto Coburg Road.
Will do.
Exit roundabout onto Blouberg Road. In 450 metres, turn left onto Visagi Street.
There it is. It's my new Troopy. You have to look closely at things to actually see that it's an old car. 500,000 plus, 500.
Turn left onto Visagi Street.
So it is an old vehicle, and we didn't do anything to the engine at all. The engine is as is, and the big question remains is, well, the rest of it is really good. How good's the engine?
700 metres, turn left onto Otto Duplessis Drive.
She's going to be interrupting us a lot, and I've got the iPhone navigating, so I do not know how to get out of here, but I'm going in that direction. So what do you reckon? What do you think? In the comments, what do you think of that?
350 metres,
What do you think?
turn left onto Otto Duplessis Drive.
Beautiful car. When I see Troopies, no matter what Troopy, whether it's plain or whether it's dolled up and beautified like this is,
Turn left onto Otto
I mean to
Duplessis
go
Drive.
left here, and I look at this and think, oh, what a beautiful car. It's just this is just all the bits and pieces that I left when I arrived a year ago with this vehicle, having driven it from Pretoria, and there were bits and pieces that I collected there and fitted to the car. They've been taken off during the respray, during the building and everything like that, and I'm now got to go to various places to go and collect it all and then refit it to the vehicle, like my one stone armrests, my one stone armrests, things like that. And the floor mat, the Tackler floor mats, and in the video I will actually give a shout out to all the people that made this vehicle possible, because there's a lot of people and a lot of companies here in Cape Town, their teams built this car. It's fantastic. I love it. Really something. Very excited about it. Very, very excited about it. I'm going to turn off the camera now because I'm going to just drive and just take it in. I've got to find some fuel somewhere. I'm just going to take it in and enjoy it with the camera off. See you just now. See you tomorrow.